Cancer signs, welcome back to Steampunk Psyche. If you are a subscriber, I want to say thank you so very much. If you're brand new to the channel, hit that thumbnail. Come in and join the channel, okay? Check out your mutable cardinal fixed signs. I just laid out some brand new readings. If you're cross-watching, you might also be able to find some readings in there for you. Anyway, so Cancer, we're going to get into your reading. I've already shuffled the cards. We're going to take a look at your present energy, your crossing energy. We'll take a look at what lies underneath, okay, your recent past. We'll move all the way through the 10 cards down to your outcome and the direction, okay? So right now, Cancer, what is in your present energy, okay? I will be leaving the video descriptions at the end for your particular sign as well, so you know, check those out if you'd like. So what is in the energy, present energy right now for Cancer, okay? Okay. I'm not going to start with that with way too many cards. Bad shuffle. Cancer's trying to speak. Cancer's got a lot on their mind right now. Too many energies came out at once. Whoever's dominating the energy of Cancer right now, come forward. Okay. The Ace of Pentacles. Garden in the Gate, that's your present energy right now. Are things going to work out? Is this job going to work out? Is this relationship going to work out? Could be talking about health related. You know, you could be hitting the gym. Is this paying off? That type of scenario, investment type of scenario. But your present energy is the Ace of Pentacles, a divine intervention of some kind taking place for you. So a rejoiceful time in some kind of scenario for you. Remember, these are just energies. Sometimes they fit, sometimes they don't. Don't try to make them fit. Like I said, cross over and check out some of the other videos I got. I just laid them down. I've got some that are about 4 days old, some that are 2 days old. I say old. Energy is never old. You can't, you know, it's not created or destroyed. It's always there, so it's existing. So what's in the energy of Cancer for the crossing challenge right now? It's wondering whether or not to invest in something. This is going to be your challenge, okay? It's leaving a fixed position and moving forward with something that is a little uncertain. Your challenge could be that maybe you're looking into a new relationship with, you know, a finance, an investment of some kind. You did have your energy as the Ace of Pentacles, right? If this is a relationship-wise, it could be whether or not to take your time with it. You know, right now I'm really invested in my work or invested in something, and I don't know that I have time for that. Excuse me. Not bad manners, just really good coffee. I am a coffee drinker and a smoker. So for each reading, I chill, try to get my balance, and it just happened to be your turn, Cancer. Sorry. Okay, so the Two of Wands. Somebody could be looking into you, social media-wise. Somebody could be thinking about reaching out to you as your crossing challenge. And it could be about that relationship, could be about that investment of some type. We don't know. We'll probably keep on rocking and find out, though. So what kind of energies are lying underneath? Cancer, what might be hidden underneath? Okay. It's knowing that you need to make a choice or decision about something, okay? A very decisive choice, a very precise decision. Some particular something is bugging you. Whatever that is for you, kind of just think about it right now. And, you know, obviously it's at the surface. You know, we have momentum on things, and it tends to constantly be on our minds. We overthink, we overchallenge ourselves, we kind of have a hard time relaxing. But what is on Cancer's mind on that foundation side is the Two of Swords, some kind of choice that needs to be made. Swords represent energy signs, so, you know, or energy or communication signs. So it could be talking about any of the, you know, air signs. So that might apply to you. Okay, so whatever that choice is, we're going to take a look at your recent past now. Recent past. Cancer, what was the recent past here for you? I want to say thank you for all of the Cancer watchers for the last video. It did really well. I mean, for my channel, it did really great, and I appreciate it. So anyway, thanks. So the recent past for Cancer. Whoa, come here, come here. This thing wanted to roll across the table, and it's got, square corners, right? How does it roll? And that's probably part of the challenge here. How do I roll with this third party situation? Cancer, how do I roll with this reciprocated effort, the choice needing to be made to cut somebody out of your life or to involve somebody in your life? This could be information also coming in, reciprocated. I heard the news, you had a two of choice there. Your challenge is the two of wands, so two twos, right? That could be synchronistic for somebody, seeing twos a lot. The three also talks about synchronicities. Synchronicity meaning I'm seeing things that I like that are hidden, that remind me, of something, some getting together, a sisterhood, a relationship that reciprocates. The three of wands in the recent past for this situation, I feel is involved with that number two, the choices. I may need to clarify that. Yeah. I'm going to do this. I don't normally do this, but Cancer, I feel like I want to clarify this three of cups, okay? What I want to know for you is, are you on the defense about this, or is this are you in the posture of I want to collaborate? Okay. So Cancer, you tell me, there was this three of cups energy. Are you defensive about it, or are you in agreement with it? What is your energy, your stance on that? You want to make it happen. So the magician comes up to say that you manifest, okay? So the three of cups in this fourth position in the recent past was you manifested something, some kind of a relationship, some kind of a reciprocated response, some kind of something, and now you need to make a choice, okay? So it's kind of like, I needed that promotion at work, and it's $2 less, okay, an hour, whatever it is. Just an example. It doesn't have to apply, so just kind of allow this to be, an example. But now it's whether or not you take it. However, the insurance is a lot better where I'm at. That's just kind of an example. Do I go for it? That choice seems to be legal. If this is relationship wise, you've manifested a relationship, and now like I said, your challenge being the two of wands, okay, is to leave something stable. Perhaps you're leaving a relationship that you're already in, okay? But this manifestation in the recent past has come forward now, and now it's time for decision making. So Cancer, are you willing to make that choice, that decision? That was the recent past, okay? So now we're talking about your possibilities. So what are the possibilities for Cancer to make this happen? If this manifestation takes place, what can be from it? What's going to come of it, right? What's going to come from this if I make this decision, Cancer? Okay. What's going to come from it is perhaps holding on to a materialistic type of thinking, holding on to that job, okay? The possibilities are to hang on to that job. The possibilities could be to move away from that job. One side of this says that I'm stable. I'm standing upon the two pentacles here, but I'm really holding on to some idea. I'm holding on to this job. I'm holding on to my finances. I'm holding on to this contract, whatever it is, but you're in your head about it because of the pentacle upon the crown chakra there. So the possibility could be that you're just going to hold back. You're waiting, taking your time on this, okay? The number 6 card is the near future. We can clarify that. We'll clarify that for here in just a second, but I'm really curious on this near future here. So your number 6 card, Cancer, is the near future. What does Cancer have to look forward to in this near future? How about that? You've got the 10 of Cups. That's why I wanted to hold on. Like I said, your challenge card being the 2 of Wands, it's leaving something stable, and you put the wand up onto the side of the castle wall right there. It's leaving that in that stable environment where the castle is fastened and moving into something that's unknown. You're looking out, right? You don't really know what the answer is, okay? Um, and so and so that card shows up to say that you're waiting for this, right? In that near future, you're waiting for this family life, this kind of a stable environment, this joyous relationship. Remember, you had the Three of Cups show up, right? For the recent past, or you're waiting for somebody to move out of a relationship, so that you can be involved with it. I kind of feel like you're holding on to that idea. Cancer, that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay, let's check out how you're showing up in this, okay? How is Cancer showing up in this? What's your stance on this? Okay, yeah, you're wondering whether or not to invest in it or to continue to invest in that. You planted the seed of hope. You had the Magician card showed up, right, to manifest. You know what? I am going to do this right now. You're wondering whether or not to invest. In the five position, which talked about your possibilities, right? Of what's around the bend there. So I want to clarify that Four of Pentacles for you, okay? What I want to know is, are you on the fence about it? Are you defensive about holding on to this? Like, do you take the stance, I've put all my work into this, and leaving this investment is more important or way more challenging because I know there's so much more involved? The Seven of Pentacles shows up to say that investment, you're just patiently waiting on it to come to fruition. I'd like to think that that's what it is, but I want to verify this Four of Pentacles. For the possibilities, okay? All right. So Judgment comes up. Judgment comes up and says, I need you to rise up out of this situation and take a step back and ask yourself the question, am I holding on to it because A or B? This could better my financial stability or my emotional stability. Remember, the Wands, which was your challenge, the Two of Wands, is the card asking you to step away from something that may be a little stable and move into something that may not be stable. So in that possibilities, Judgment is stepping in to say that you're going to have to clarify this with rising above and taking a step back and getting a clearer picture of, perhaps your own desires, your own wants, your own needs, investing in yourself. Judgment comes, Gabriel blows the horn and says, rise up now. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of feel like that is clarifying that possibility of what could be. Yeah. Okay, so all right, we're going to take a look at your environment. Cancer, what's in your environment right now? What's around you? Hold with me here. We're going to find out this answer here. Too many cards. What's in Cancer's environment right now? External forces around them. The Star card. Star card comes out to say, pay attention to the 7 chakra center. Like I said, Judgment just fell. We could be talking about an Aquarius here. Okay. We could be talking about a balance that's needed. It makes sense with Judgment coming out like that. Yeah. In your environment, there is a need for you to pour into your spiritual self. There's a need for you to really, like I said, take a step back and ask yourself, you had judgment and then you had star, two major arcana, right back to back like that. So it's kind of wondering if you're investing in your manifestation. Yeah, kind of energy kind of went slow there for a second. And I feel like maybe that's what it's trying to say. Like, slow down and let this manifestation um, naturalize. Let it be more natural. Let it be more fluid. You do have the star card. It could represent fire sign, also type of water sign. But I really think it's speaking to that seven of pentacles that we saw. Letting it grow, letting it become, all the other pentacles on the other side, the six pentacles over here, only took place because you were patiently waiting. You germinated the seed. You've already shown that you are a manifester type of person. That I feel like you're seeing synchronicities. We had the 2-2 also. So it's just slow your roll, slow down a little bit right there. Okay. So we're going to talk about number 9. Okay. Your hopes, your fears, your wishes, and your worries. What are the hopes, fears, wishes, and worries for Cancer right now? Okay. The hopes, the fears, the wishes, and the worries. The Devil card. Devil card shows up to say, hey, you're chained to some kind of idea. Maybe you're chained to this relationship, chained to this work scenario here. And the challenge being to slow down. I feel like that's what it is. You're being forced, your third card out, which was lying underneath foundation, knowing you need to make a choice. And you manifested this. Like I said, perhaps you're in a relationship already and you're wondering whether or not there's a little bit of, yes, that's the case. Maybe perhaps you're thinking about making a rushed decision. I'm not seeing the swords come out in that way. So I really think it's just like you're really thinking about leaving perhaps a relationship. And you're wondering whether or not this is taboo, but you got the star card and you had judgment upon this situation. So the devil could represent that you're holding on to a traditional style of a thought. If like for instance, and I don't mean any disrespect to any religion, but like if you're Catholic, they don't really believe in divorce or things like that. And perhaps you're just, emotionally speaking, this is one of those things where this is going to take some real energy to try to move past. And if this is relationship wise, it may feel a little temptation wise, you know what I mean? Um, but it could be that maybe it's asking you to hold back because maybe there might be something in that has a little bit of toxicity to it. If you push it too fast, then perhaps, like I said, you're if this is like a twin flame type of journey, that you're on, or a soul journey for a particular person, you just feel like there's such an energy with this person. We did have the 10 of cups show up, but maybe the idea itself is a little bit toxic because this may not be the person, and that warning of the judgment, that showing of the star saying, pull back into yourself and really take a little bit of time before you make that move. Remember your challenge again, 2 of wands. I kind of feel like that's why the devil showed up. The devil is not a negative card. The devil actually exposes those things that sometimes we refuse to see, so no matter what it is. So I feel like we want to go ahead and declare this outcome, this direction. What is the outcome and direction for Cancer right now in this reading? What is the outcome and direction for Cancer? What direction are they going? What do we ultimately need to know for Cancer right now? Okay. Once again, the Hierophant, it's the spiritual guidance. It is you intuitively have a very, with the star card and with the judgment card, major arcana coming up, also the devil card, major arcana. This is asking you to really take a look within, okay? And like I said, I talked about a traditional scenario there. So maybe it's making you feel as though the traditional stance upon this manifested reality here of whatever it is challenging you. Yeah, like I said, if this is like you've manifested this job, for instance, and it feels really, really good, but there's something about it that just you're not quite sure. It may be like unbalanced scales. You know, an example might be you're a car salesman and you're selling a cruddy lemon car to somebody, and it kind of hits your heartstrings. Going, I know this thing is going to break down. How can I do this? That's one example. Another example for relationships might be, like I said, that there is a traditional kind of an approach, and maybe you're an untraditional type person involved here. I want to clarify the Hierophant for you, the number 10 card. I want to clarify why the Hierophant in this situation, on the outcome and direction. You know, is this more of a spiritual approach that Cancer needs to look at, or are we talking about a higher, a higher type of relationship here? You know, the Ace of Pentacles, that is your current energy. So you're just wondering if this is an investment that's going to go somewhere. So let's ask that again. Is this investment going to go anywhere that is going to be positively a outcome of positivity for Cancer here? Whatever this is. Okay. The Eight of Pentacles, okay? It's moving away from materialistic type of viewpoint, moving out in a way from of the impressions that people have. It's saying, don't take anybody else's advice. You're supposed to be listening into your heart space. You're supposed to be focusing inward. The Seven of Pentacles means that you've put your head into your investment, whatever that is, okay? And continue to put your head into the investment. Don't make a move right yet. Like I said, we're in this new moon phase, Cancer, and sometimes our brain is in the state right now where we're planting seeds, okay? We're working on ourselves, working on things. These are projects that you're working on. You've invested yourself into something. It may be the idea of this relationship, but it may also be your finances. So, and like I said, we did have the Seven of Pentacles too, and it graduated up to the Eight. So that means you're really highly invested in something like this. So it's asking you to really, really balance, okay? To balance out and to say that what I think I need to do right now is just maybe sit with this energy for just a little bit. This new moon phase kind of has that tendency to the time for us to germinate. It's a dark season, right? You know, we go full black. And so the thing of it is in the dark, we plant our seeds of hopes and futures and things like that. So I kind of feel like that's what the reading is trying to talk about. Cancer, really cool read. And I hope this didn't discourage you any. I hope that maybe you got something from it going, cool. You know, I think maybe, okay, so I was over analyzing this for a little bit, or maybe I've really been trying to push towards this, manifesting this beautiful love and everything else. But maybe it's saying, I need you to help. I need you to maybe take a step back and really kind of get your finances squared away. You've been working on that. So let's do that first, because it'll work out better for you, especially when you had Star and the Judgment coming. You know what I mean? You're getting Judgment on it to say, this is what I feel like you need to do. The Star says, invest in yourself. Invest in the 7 chakras. Stay centered, stay balanced, stay grounded. So Cancer, really cool, kick-ass reading. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you got something from it. Check out the other videos, okay? Like, subscribe, join the channel, comment on the community page if you'd like. Anyway, I love you and I appreciate you, and I hope I get to see you on the very next video, okay? All right, bye-bye.